Ms. Okafor, my questions will be for you, or my conversation will be with you. Your really great policy team at NATSO and Sigma have taught me that y'all aren't in the gas selling business. You're in the serving travelers business. Am I putting that right?
You've got it right.
And so and in your testimony, you talked about being technology neutral, but you're not a partisan with regard to what fuel you're selling as long as your company can make money doing it, right?
Absolutely.
So talk to me a little bit about the negotiations with public utilities. And obviously you've got stores all over the place, so I'm sure you've got a variety of stories, but give me a sense of how that normally goes.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head. We have over 640 stores in 42 states. And with that, you have hundreds of utilities that we have to talk to, we have to partner with. And we've been talking to them a lot lately because of the work that we've been doing with NEBI. And really the way the conversation goes is we let them know that we want to build an EV charging station. We ask them for two things. How long will it take to get the power that we need to our station, and how much will it cost? In some cases, they give you an answer. It's usually vague because they haven't done the analysis themselves, which makes it extremely difficult because for the investment, the utility portion is always a black box. One example of that is we were building out a charging station out in Coachella, California. We had originally thought that the utility upgrade there would cost $50,000. Come to find out the utility upgrade, whenever they did the engineering analysis, would cost over $300,000 and take a year to install. So that uncertainty makes the investment challenging.
I think everybody realizes that the fuel part of your business is a pretty tight margin business. I assume that's true whether you're selling electricity or gasoline. It's a little hard to recover a $300,000 line extension fee, I would think.
It is difficult to recover that sort of investment, especially when utilization is low. The other thing that's difficult to recover is demand charges. The demand charge is related to the number of kilowatts that is utilized, the highest number of kilowatts that's utilized over a 30-day period for 15 minutes. So even if you have one car come for 15 minutes and use 100 kilowatts, and you have a demand charge of $10 per kilowatt, you're talking $1,000 that you have to recover. Well, that customer leaves and pays $15. We're left holding the bill. So with utilization being as low as it is, and the electric rates for utilities across the country being challenging, it's hard to recover the investments that we make and even the operational costs that we incur.
So a lot of these components they're tariffed. I assume in some jurisdictions the utilities have a little bit more flexibility than they do in others. But I would assume something like demand charges are filed in tariffs. Do the public utilities commissions, did they provide a lot of flexibility to these public utilities on how they charge you for demand charge?
I'm not particularly, I don't have very much detailed information on how rate structures are chosen. What I will say about rate structures is because we don't have any control over the rate that we pay, it can change without my knowledge. For instance, there was a charging station that we have out in California. We reached a certain demand, and for certain rates, if you reach a certain demand for a number of months, they move you into a new rate structure. But they don't tell you that they move you into a new rate structure. So I was looking at the P&L of our business and I noticed that they moved us, but I hadn't moved the cost that I charged to the customer. So that lack of transparency, the lack of knowledge on when things are happening and how they're happening, and the lack of ability to choose a new provider puts us in a very tight spot, and it makes the investment extremely challenging.
Am I right in assuming, Ms. Okafor, that all of this unpredictability and relative lack of control puts some downward pressure on your interest in making these kind of investments?
It certainly makes it extremely challenging. At the end of the day, our goal is to provide the fuel that our customers need, but furthermore, the goal is to make a return on our investment. And if the utilization isn't high and the return is challenging, it makes it hard to make the investment.
Thanks very much for sharing that, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.